All right, hi guys. So this is the lesson for April 14th for the Algebra 1 class. You should have the notes that say 8FB5, day 2. Mine is missing the title at the front, but it looks like this on the front. And we actually already did this question in the last problem, or in the last lesson. So don't even worry about that one right there. All right, so we're starting with this one right here about the race between Antonio and Juan. So let's see, Antonio and Juan, who's gonna win? All right, Antonio and Juan are in a 4-mile bike race. The graph below shows the distance traveled by each racer in miles as a function of time in minutes. Who won the race? How do you know? Okay, so first things first, we see that it says up here that it's 4 miles. So we want to see who's going to take the least amount of time to hit that 4 miles. So if we look here, it looks like Juan, it took him about 13 minutes. And Antonio, it took him about 15 minutes to ride 4 miles. So between Juan and Antonio, Juan had the faster time, so he would have won. So let's write that in for A. All right, then the second one. It says, imagine you were watching the race and had to announce over the radio. Write a little story describing the race. Okay, I'm not going to write it out. I'm just verbally going to talk about it. So if we look here, they're starting at the same place, all right? At first, Antonio seems to be going faster because if you see, he makes it to 2 miles much faster than Juan did. But then over here at about 7 minutes, it looks like they meet up and they have the same speed, which is awesome. But then Juan starts to beat him and Antonio slows down, so he's not as fast as Juan, and that's why Juan wins in the end. All right, next one. Mia, hey, you're in this one. So it says, Mia paddled her canoe from the shore of a lake to an island. She stopped at the island to eat lunch and then paddled her canoe back to the shore. The graph below shows Mia's distance in kilometers from the shore over time. Based on the graph, which of the following statements is true? She paddled a total distance of 3 kilometers. Well, it looks like she did paddle 3 there and 3 back. So that would mean that she paddled 6. So it's not going to be A. B, she paddled for a total of 100 minutes. No. She paddled there, she waited, so she wasn't paddling then, and then she paddled home. So it's not going to be 100, it's going to be less. C, Mia paddled faster on the way to the island than on the way back. All right, so we need to look at the slopes and see which one is steeper. Between this first part and the second part, this one definitely looks steeper. And if we were to calculate it out, we would see that that is true. So that means on the way back, she was going faster than on the way there. So we're actually going to choose D because she paddled faster on the way back to shore than on the way to the island. All right, next page. The school is 100 meters from Jason's house. The following describes his most recent trip. He walked 50 meters toward the school and 2 miles. He realized he left a book at home. So we can see that he walked in 2 miles, that 50 meters. Then it says he turned around and walked home at the same speed. So that means he's going to be traveling another 50 in another 2 minutes. So I'm going to be drawing a line that looks like this that shows another 50 home and 2 minutes. So that's 2 plus 2, so we're at 4 minutes. Okay, the next part says he spent 1 minute looking for his book before he found it. So that means he was at home during that 1 minute. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line to 5 minutes because he was at home finding his book. All right, the last part says that he walked all the way to school at twice his original speed. Well, remember before it took him 2 minutes to do 50 meters. So if he's going 2 times as fast, that means it's only going to take him 1 minute to go 50 meters. So I'm going to draw 1 minute, 50 meters, and it's going to look like that. So at 6 minutes, he gets to school. All right. The one at the bottom, it says, based on the graph, determine whether each statement is true. Mark true or false for each statement on the table below. Parker's distance from home is increasing between minute 1 and 4. Okay, so between minute 1 and 4, I do see that he is going away from his house. So I would say yes, true. Next one, his distance from home is constant between minute 6 and 7. Well, minute 6 and 7 is going to happen someplace here, and he is staying the same distance away, so I would say true. Finally, Parker's distance from home is increasing between minute 12 and 14. Well, 12 and 14 is taking place here, and I can see that he's actually going toward his house, so that means that it would be decreasing, so we're going to choose false on that last one. Okay. Wonderful. Last page, this one right here. All right, so it says, below are two graphs that look the same. Note that the first graph shows the speed of a car as a function of time, and the second graph shows the distance of a different car from home as a function of time. Describe what someone sees who observes the car movements would see in each case. All right, so if we're looking at the distance one, we can see that they're by their house, going away, staying the same, move a little bit away, come home, stay home, go away, stay away, go back home. Whereas if we are looking at the speed one, that's this one. So they're increasing their speed, staying at the same speed, increasing a little bit of speed, decreasing their speed, staying the same speed, increasing their speed, staying the same speed, decreasing their speed. All right, so that's why you have to pay attention to these axes right here. All right, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to write out what this would look like. So make up some kind of a story, like here for distance. So Jason, or whatever his name is, whoever it is, you can make up the name. So Jason left his house, he went and got a smoothie, and then he moved a little bit away, or he drove a little bit away to avoid hitting a piece of garbage in the street, and then he drove back home. He remembered to grab his phone and whatever else you want it to be, okay? So make up two kind of stories that match with these here. All right, thank you.